the fisherman spotted a big fish. He became nervous. He put money into his hat to keep it dry. He jumped into the fast river. He prepared to fight the fish. He focused on the water surface. He used his wrist to cast the line. The line formed a curve in the air. The fly landed perfectly on the water. This was his own fly fishing method. He slowly reeled in the line. The fly moved gently on the surface. The big fish thought it was an insect. The fish rushed up and bit the hook. The rod bent instantly. The line became very tight. The fish was very strong. He controlled the reel to stay balanced. The sound of the reel came from the water. He pulled hard on the line. The fish jumped out of the water, then quickly went back in. He was pulled into the river. Half of his body was underwater. He kept pulling with effort. The fish kept struggling. The river became even faster. He was dragged toward deep water. Finally the fish became exhausted. He pulled it to the river bank. His father and brother were shocked on the shore. He lifted the fish to show them. His brother took a photo. The family stood by the river. The water flowed slowly. The atmosphere was calm. They lived in a small town called Missoula. The town was in a mountain valley near the river. His father was a pastor. His mother stayed home to care for the family. There were 2 sons in the family. The older brother was quiet. He liked reading and writing. He followed his father's teaching. The younger brother was free-spirited. He liked adventure and play. He often danced in town. He also fought with other kids. He was playful at home. Every week the family went to church. They listened to their father's sermon. Their father was also a fly fishing expert. He taught his sons fishing skills. Fly fishing required rhythm in casting. The line had to reach far. The fly imitated insects. Fish would think it was real food. It required precise control. Their father valued this skill greatly. Both boys were learning. They often trained by the river. The forest was quiet. Sunlight shined on the water. The river sparkled brightly. The brothers stood in the river practicing casts. They repeated the motion again and again. They rested on the grass by the river. They lay down and looked at the sky. The older brother wanted to become a pastor. He wanted to follow his father's path. The younger brother wanted to become a professional fisherman. He wanted a free life. They grew up by the river. Time moved slowly. The water kept flowing forward. They kept practicing fly fishing. The line moved through the air. They became more skilled. Their life was simple and quiet. They grew up in nature. They believed life would stay the same. In 1917, the war began to affect the town. Young men were drafted into the army. Many lumber workers left the forest. The older brother was too young to join the army. He stayed and worked locally. He worked in forestry. He kept going into the forest for logging. He also continued reading and writing. He knew the valley and river very well. The younger brother was even younger. He worked as a lifeguard in town. He worked by the river during the day. At night he kept practicing fishing. Their father's life remained stable. He still went to church every week. His sermons never changed. The family still gathered together regularly. The brothers lived slowly separated, but they still went to the river together. They kept practicing fly fishing. The river stayed clear. The forest stayed dense. Sunlight still fell on the water. The younger brother suggested an adventure. He wanted to go rafting in rapids. He invited his friends. The older brother was hesitant. Other friends refused to join. They thought the river was too dangerous. The younger brother insisted. The older brother finally agreed to join. They brought the boat upstream. The boat entered the rapid water. The current became strong. The boat shook on the river. There were many rocks. The path was complex. The speed increased. They could not control direction. The boat rushed toward a waterfall. The speed suddenly increased. They fell down the drop. The boat hit the water violently. It reached the lower river area. Friends rushed to check. They only saw a broken boat. The younger brother appeared from the water. He pushed friends into the river as a joke. Everyone thought he was safe. The older brother sat silently on a hill. He did not celebrate. He felt deeply unhappy. At home the father was very angry. The younger brother took full responsibility. He did not explain much. Dinner was tense. The older brother stayed silent and heavy. The younger brother stayed relaxed. A first conflict happened between them. Their mother separated them, but the relationship did not break. They still went fishing together. Their father continued teaching them. They stood in the river together. The younger brother developed his own style. He changed the casting rhythm. His movements became freer. He created a new fishing method. The father kept traditional style. The older brother learned basic skills. The father still had the best results, but the younger brother improved quickly. The family was surprised and unsure. Time moved forward. After high school the older brother went to college. He left home by train. The farewell was quiet. The younger brother ran after the train, until it disappeared. Years passed. The older brother rarely returned home. He studied in the city. The younger brother stayed near town. He later worked at a newspaper. He became a reporter. Years later the older brother returned home. Family relationships became distant. The father remained strict and silent. He kept asking about future plans, The atmosphere was tense. The mother eased the situation. The older brother visited the younger brother at work. They met again. The younger brother was more mature. They walked to the river. The river still flowed. The valley was quiet. The older brother tried fly fishing again. He was rusty. The younger brother guided him. Then he left him alone. The older brother slowly regained skill. He caught a fish. The younger brother showed new techniques upstream. The line moved in the air. The fly landed on the water. The younger brother had become a master. The older brother was amazed. They stood together by the river. The sun set on the water. The younger brother invited friends to gather. The town felt lively. But the older brother noticed his brother often left. He went to casinos in town. His life became complicated. The older brother met a girl at a party. He liked her. The next day he contacted her. She did not remember him at first. Later she was moved by details he shared. They began dating. The younger brother also dated. He was with an indigenous girl. Society treated her unfairly. The younger brother still took her into bars. He ignored others' opinions. He danced in the club. The older brother danced with his girlfriend. It looked happy, but the younger brother got into a fight. Someone insulted his girlfriend. He hit the person. He was arrested. The older brother came to the station after a call. He learned his brother had gambling debts. The younger brother refused help. He insisted on handling everything alone. The family stayed silent. Everyone knew the problem existed, but no one could change him. The older brother continued his relationship. He wrote letters of love. The girl slowly accepted him. Their relationship stabilized. Her family returned to town. The older brother met them. He entered a new social circle. The relationship was accepted. The brothers briefly reunited. They went fishing again. The younger brother showed new skills. The older brother regained feeling. The older brother became a teacher. The younger brother kept working at the newspaper. Their lives separated again. The younger brother's problems continued. He still went to casinos. His debt grew, but he refused to change. The older brother's relationship developed. They planned to marry. Life felt stable. One day the younger brother took him to a casino. The older brother saw the reality. He understood the seriousness. The younger brother was in deep debt. The older brother tried to take him away. He refused. He said it was his choice. They argued. The younger brother said he did not want saving. The older brother left helpless. Days later the younger brother returned home. He wanted one last fishing trip. He wanted to go with his father. The older brother agreed. The family went to the river. The father was old. His movements were slow. They stood in the river together. The older brother fished well. The younger brother seemed distracted. He was not focused. He seemed to think about something else. The older brother told him about marriage. The younger brother gave congratulations. But his tone was complex. He still refused to leave the town. He said he belonged to the river. He did not want to change. The father watched from the shore. He could no longer cast. He only observed quietly. The younger brother suddenly focused again. His movements became sharp and smooth. He showed his talent again. The line flew through the air. He caught a big fish. The father and brother ran over. They saw the huge fish in the water. They took photos. For a moment they felt peace. The sun set on the river. The atmosphere was warm, but soon tragedy happened. The younger brother was attacked in town. He was killed violently. His right hand was destroyed. The news returned to the family. They fell into silence. The father aged overnight. The mother could not accept it. The older brother lost his brother. The family collapsed. The father spoke in church later. He said people can never fully understand each other, but they can still choose love, even without understanding. Time moved forward. The older brother grew old. He returned to his hometown. He often went alone to the river. He stood in the water and fished. The river still flowed. The valley was still quiet. He remembered the past summers. He remembered his brother's movements. He remembered the line in the air. He remembered the family together.